I need you to sit tight for a moment. Sit tight? What does that mean? I'm Teacher Mike. I help adults like you learn real English that they can use in their daily lives. Today we're talking about 11 very common English expressions that you can use in your everyday conversations with friends, family, and coworkers. Most of these expressions are informal. However, that does not mean that they are rude or inappropriate. It just means that we usually use them in conversation, not in academic writing or legal documents. First, we have I'm all ears, which basically means I am happy to listen to whatever you want to tell me. If you ask your boss if you can share some ideas that you have for the company, your boss might say, "Sure, I'm all ears." And again, that means you can tell me, and I will listen. Next, we have so what. And when we use this one by itself, it can sound a bit strong, because when someone says something to you and you reply, "So what?" that basically means, "Why are you telling me this?" Or, "I don't think that this is important." However, we can also use so what to start a sentence, and when we use it this way, it's not so strong. For example, so what if he's late to work sometimes? He's one of our best employees. That basically means that because he is one of our best employees, I don't care if he is late to work sometimes. And when you don't understand why someone is talking about something, another thing that you can say is, "What's your point?" This basically means, I understand what you are saying, but I don't understand why you are talking about it. The next one you can use when you and another person disagree with each other. This is, let's agree to disagree. This basically means we clearly have very different opinions and we're never going to agree with each other. So let's just stop talking about this. So if you and a friend are arguing about something and you feel like it would probably be better to just stop talking about it, you can say, "Let's agree to disagree on this." If you are walking somewhere and someone is blocking your path, you can say, "Excuse me." But they might not understand why you are saying "excuse me." They might just look at you and say, "Yes? Can I help you?" So in this situation, a better thing to say is usually, "Could I get by you, please?" This very clearly means I need to go over there, but you are blocking my path. Could you please move a little bit? To have a word with someone means to speak with them quickly, and it usually sounds like there might be a problem. So if you did something bad at work and your boss finds out about it, they might come to you and say, "I need to have a word with you." Or if you have something important that you need to discuss with someone, you can ask, "Could I have a word with you?" If someone says that they have mixed feelings about something, this means that they have both positive feelings and negative feelings. They don't feel just one way. Their feelings really are mixed. Maybe you are going on a trip to Poland with your friend, and it sounds really fun. But at the same time, you know that your friend can be a little bit annoying, and you're not sure if you are going to enjoy spending a whole week with them. If another person asks you how you are feeling about going on that trip, you can reply, "I have mixed feelings about it." In that case, it basically means you are excited, but you are also a little bit worried. And when you have mixed feelings about something that another person asks you to do, one good way to reply is, "I'll consider it." "I'll consider it" basically means, I'm not going to make a decision right now, but I will think about it and maybe I will make a decision in the future. Sometimes people ask me to make videos about topics that I really don't want to make videos about. In those situations, I often reply, "I can't promise that I will make a video about that topic, but I'll consider it." It's basically a polite way of saying maybe, when someone asks you to do something and you aren't sure if you really want to do it. If someone tells you to sit tight, this basically means wait here and be patient. Don't go anywhere and don't do anything. And it also shows the other person that we understand that they might feel impatient in this situation. So it sort of says, I understand that this is not easy, but I need you to wait. If you have a customer who is upset about something, and you are going to try to fix the problem for them, you might say something like, "I'm going to try my best to fix this problem for you, but I need you to sit tight for a moment, okay?" We've got just 3 more expressions, and I promise we will finish them quickly. But first, if you are finding this video useful, please don't forget to give it a like. Doing this both really helps my channel, and it helps other learners like you because it tells them that this is a good video to watch. I know most people aren't going to do it, but it never hurts to ask. And that is our next one. It never hurts to ask. This basically means nothing bad will happen if you ask, but something good might happen if you do ask. So, you should ask. Maybe you want to get a job at a company, but it looks like that company is not hiring right now. If you tell your friend about the situation, your friend might say, "Well, it never hurts to ask." Again, that means that if you ask them and they say no, nothing bad will happen. But if you ask them and they say yes, you might get a job. Finally, we've got cut it out and knock it off, which both mean the same thing. These are both very informal ways of asking someone to stop doing something that is annoying you. However, they both tell the other person that you are annoyed with them. Especially knock it off, which is a bit stronger than cut it out. Because of this, they are not appropriate for every situation, and you should be a bit careful when using them. Whether or not they are appropriate depends on who you are speaking to and the way in which you say them. If you are a parent speaking to a child, or a boss speaking to an employee, it's usually fine to use these because you are the person who is allowed to tell the other person what to do. So, if your children are arguing loudly in the living room while you are trying to read, it would be fine for you to say, "You two, knock it off." But if you are talking to a coworker, I probably wouldn't use either of these, unless you are really annoyed with them and you want to make that really clear. And if I were to use one of them with a coworker, I would probably make it softer by turning it into a request. For example, "Sorry, but do you think you could cut that out? I'm trying to focus and that's really bothering me." So yeah, those are our expressions for today. If you'd like to learn more expressions like these ones, please make sure to check out the Common Expressions playlist. Thank you for watching.